Today, we have technological marvels with incredible capabilities giving us solutions to problems we didn't know we had. The year I graduated as an engineer was the last year for anyone to graduate without the use of a handheld calculator during our entire college career. Every calculation to solve any problem was done with a slide rule, which required us to estimate the answer first. That skill is lost today, with few questioning anything. The promise of computers was huge, but it spawned the term garbage in, garbage out, and we spend on the average of 11 hours a day in front of a computer screen. Computers were supposed to increase productivity and efficiency, but the actual result was nothing close. It only raised the level of mediocrity and eliminated the requirement to think. It didn't save time or improve productivity. Human productivity of individuals is actually decreased and is a large time waster with the games and the entertainment available on them, which many of them play when they should be working. Today, people are incapable of doing much of anything without the machine, even to the point of using a pencil to write their name in cursive, with the internet practically eliminating interpersonal relationship skills. The real tragedy in this new age is causing the ruination of everything we formerly cherished as a society. Verbal communication is dying and dialogue is cursory, and relationships on social platforms are replacing newspapers and small-town loyalties with a handheld device to which we are all addicted. The average screen time for any of these handheld devices is reached over 3 hours per day, and is even higher if you're a student. The next tragedy is that we are oblivious to the addiction that we have to these devices, with our justification being that we need to be informed, relevant, and/or influential. I have to admit I'm addicted to Facebook, and I hate that with every ounce of my being. The only consolation is that I'm not the only one in the world who is. But that's of little comfort. Just being addicted to an opioid is no less of a problem if there are millions of other addicts in the world with the same problem. That's actually the definition of an epidemic. Sadly, the most successful money-making ideas in the world are all addictive, be it from tobacco, alcohol, drugs, pornography, or the internet in this case. Sarcastically, the solution is to make newspapers successful again would make them addictive. Should they be laced with a narcotic so people will crave them when it arrives? A few years ago, the newspaper industry actually tried to accomplish this task by infusing the paper with a certain smell in an attempt to make them more appealing. The newspapers today are no longer appreciated. They were once a vital source of information necessary for making informed decisions by any engaged citizen. Today they are dying because the world was sold on the idea that a website or a social media account is the answer to circulating your message to the world, and it was free. Actually, we spend on the average of $1,000 a year for this capability. These websites also fail to understand the importance of the missing ingredient that only a newspaper can provide. Newspapers are the only central source of information for a town or a region or a country with accurate coverage that is nearly impossible to have with any social media platform, even with all of us participating. The sheer amount of random information mixed in with real news makes even the most serious media user incapable of separating or categorizing or editing any useful information like a newspaper can. Internet websites think they do not have to link with other media sources. They feel it can be completely independent and autonomous from any other source of information. They no longer feel the need to be a part of the greater whole to be effective. This is a serious issue in the vastness of the internet world as it spreads globally. Each country, culture, and individual is capable of sharing it all. Equally, that results in all of us getting equally lost in this avalanche of information with very little learned from it. It is incredible to think that these internet users fail to see the need to reach out to the only unifying entity of any community, the local newspaper. They have no other way of assurance the accuracy or the usefulness of the information without the newspaper. By simply sharing their link with the paper's website, or simply sharing it for print, gives several orders of magnitude more followers and sharers. It is the most obvious and least utilized feature of the social media. Internet users don't think they need the internet and use the dialogue only in a selfish monologue way, with few seeing or care about it. The example of this is like another frog in the boiling pot. The technology advances are destroying the very fabric of unity in the community and the churches through the propagandizing of social justice, amoral ideas, and non-patriotic issues that was the glue in our constitutional republic. Support your newspaper and encourage others to include them as a link in any of the postings to your message so that they can be included by advancing our core values of truth, fairness, sustainability, and integrity. This is Keith Kuby, hoping you will all join together to make the world a better place.